Hey everybody, Cosmos here, back with another video, and today's video is crazy to say the least. This is a story time about how my teacher, my 6th grade teacher to be more exact, came to school drunk. Okay, now this story takes place in 6th grade, like I said, and it was just a normal day. I woke up around 6 o'clock because my school started really early, around 7. So I wake up around 6 o'clock, I eat breakfast, do my normal routine, brush my teeth, take a shower, all that stuff that a 6th grader does before. And then I packed my lunch, got on the bus, and headed to school. Now, by the time I got to school, I was really tired that day. So I barely got any sleep the night before, so I was just completely exhausted. And I come into class, and I don't know how your guys' schools used to do it, but I used to go to this small school, so there would be like one teacher who would teach all the subjects. So, for example, like my teacher, let's give her a name, Mrs. Greendale. Okay. Mrs. Greendale would teach math, science, history, all the good ones, you know. So, yeah, she taught all those subjects. And so I walk into the classroom, 7:15. So then my school started, and immediately I knew something was off with her. She was acting very smiley and basically happy, which was normal. She was normally a happy teacher, but today was extra. She was extra giggly, extra, moving around, doing everything that a teacher normally wouldn't do at 7:15 because they're normally tired and exhausted. But no, she was very giddy and, moving around, so it was quite strange. Now, I'm not going to judge somebody for being happy and giggly and all that, but this was definitely different from what you would normally see and what a normal person looks like when they're happy. Now, this isn't just the happy you get from getting an extra $2 up in your pay raise. This is a happy you get from a substance, one might say, okay? Drinking alcohol. Now, I didn't know anything about my teacher, but I know you're not getting this sort of happiness from that. So she's all happy, and all of a sudden the principal comes in about an hour later, so it's about 8 o'clock, 8:30 or so. So the principal comes in and asks the teacher to come with him all the way to the office. And we all think that's strange, but not too strange, because maybe, just had to go get something from the printer or, things teachers do. But that's when she was gone for another hour, and they put a sub in our classroom. So we were like, this is more than just a printer, like something must be going on. What's wrong with the teacher? So we ask, and she just tells us, the substitute teacher tells us a blank answer, just something along the lines of, your teacher wasn't feeling very well, so we had to take her out of the classroom for the day. Now, I think that's pretty strange because I grew up with a lot of people who've drank alcohol, so I know a thing or two about people, and I could tell just by the way the teacher was acting that was going on. Now, I didn't know 100% because I'm not reading other people's minds, but for the most part, I did know. And that's when I asked to go to the office because, my head was pounding. I was exhausted from the night before, like I said before. So I went to the office, and the way the office in the school was it was very small. So, like, the place where I would sit, where the secretary would be, like, about 15 feet away from another office where, like, the principal and the teachers went to meet. So I walk into the office, I go down there and tell the secretary that I need to put my head down because I'm tired. And she says, okay. So I sit in there, and I end up hearing something in the background. And it sounded like police chatter. So I'm like, okay, what was that? And then I start to eavesdrop on them. And my teacher, my 6th grade teacher, was talking with the police officer and the principal inside of this little meeting room. And I hear the conversation, and they were talking about asking what was inside of this cup that this teacher was bringing, what was inside of the coffee mug we seen her drinking out of currently while she was teaching us. And basically, she ended up saying that it was wine. She tried to ignore the fact a couple times. She tried to deny it and kind of flip the story, but yeah, it turns out she was drinking wine while teaching us kids. So it was pretty crazy, not gonna lie. It was very weird to hear that as a 6th grader too, that my teacher, the person who tells us do not do all these bad things, was doing those things right in front of us as she was giving us those kind of lectures, things teachers do. So yeah, it was really weird. And then the craziest thing out of all that I heard was when the police officer came to grab the coffee mug from our classroom or whatever, and the teacher was left alone, she ended up trying to wipe away the smell in the liquid inside of the other water bottle she had with her. So she tried tampering with the evidence in our school. So it was completely crazy. I didn't even know what to think. It was really unexpected for something and someone to be in, like, for a teacher. So I didn't really know what to think. I was just thinking crazy, and I was like, man, this is going to be a great story to tell to my friends and everyone else, so I was just completely in awe. And then I heard the police officer actually get up and try to put her in handcuffs right from the front. And she was telling them, no, I don't want to get fired from my job, all that kind of stuff, It was just crazy. I was hearing her yell, actually, at one point. She was trying to, yell at the officer and telling him, you can't do this is illegal, you can't take me away from these kids and everything, and ended up trying to resist the officer, which had to put her in handcuffs, backwards, and grab her and, throw her to the ground. And eventually they had to get 2 officers there, plus the principal, just to contain this lady, because she was drunk teaching a bunch of 6th graders. Now, I was just completely crazed. I tried to get a video of it, but at that time, I realized it's 6th grade. I'm not allowed to have my phone. We got to put them in cubbies, so there was no way of getting any kind of evidence of this. But it was just a crazy story and thing to witness in 6th grade. And yeah, so at the end of the day, the next few months we had a substitute teacher, and they didn't really tell the rest of the class what happened. They just said that teacher wasn't feeling well and she had to leave and go somewhere else. Now, I knew deep down. I didn't really tell too many people, just a few of my close friends, but nobody in the rest of the class really knew except for just me and my little friend group. So it was very crazy, and nobody really believed us when we tried to tell them, so we just kept it to ourselves for the most part. But yeah, that's the story on how my teacher came to school drunk and ended up resisting the police and getting fired. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, because I'm going to be posting daily for the next year, and I'm going to try to post daily for the rest of my time as long as I can. So yeah, peace.